Let me tell you about my 4 years of high school experience. Alright, so first, it was freshman year. I went to Valdes, we had burgundy shirts and everything. I went in there with the middle school mentality, didn't know nothing about high school or nothing, didn't give a shit about it. Well, maybe I cared a little bit, because I was always early, never late, never absent, all of that. Even though we had uniform, I always took it out the day before, and I woke up early the next morning, every day. Even though I had my clothes out, never late, never absent, always on time, I didn't really care about much about grades, GPA, none of that. I was at 70s, 80s in classes. I didn't care, especially Regents. Woo, that flew over me like a free throw. I didn't really care about too much about homework, even though I did all my homework. I didn't care about it. I gave two shits. Even though I cared about my GPA or Regents, I still did the work in every class. Even though it was high grades, I still did the work at the end of the day. Even though I did my work, didn't care about anything, it was a struggle adjusting from middle school to high school, trying to get along with teachers and friends. And I remembered, yes, you, Chip, you tried to get me for wrestling, but it wasn't working out. I didn't want to do wrestling at all. I remember also the teacher was trying to give me advice to go to Regents Prep on Saturdays for the Regents coming up, but I didn't care about Regents. You think I went to Saturday school? You would have thought. When that Regents day came though, I regret not going to Saturday school because I felt living environment. So I had to come to summer school to take it again, but I didn't go to summer school. I just came and took the test and failed it again. Going into sophomore year, I realized what GPA was, transcript and Regents and all of that, and I started to care about it a little bit more, but not as much. But I went in there doing more work, getting 80s, not that many 90s, but I realized over the summer I needed to start caring about. I remember not even a week into sophomore year, Chip, you again trying to get me for wrestling again. It wasn't working out again, and I'm sorry for that, but it was not in my mind to join wrestling. But besides Chip trying to get me for wrestling, my mentality from middle school to high school changed dramatically. I started to realize high school is more important now, and you gotta change and be more independent and stuff. And thank you for the wilderness trip because it made me real independent and more focused in school and everything. And then I remembered I had to keep on studying for the damn living environment test so I could take it for the third time in January. And for what? I failed it again. Still didn't go to Saturday school. I took it again in June, failed it again, and I didn't care. I went to junior year with even more friends. I got my clique that I hang out with to this day now. But it was a struggle finding good friends to keep me up there motivated to do work and everything. But it was worth the wait. And of course again, you Chip. You wanted me for wrestling once again. But you waited a couple weeks before to see if I wanted to. But it wasn't cutting out. And I'm sorry again. But I wasn't interested in wrestling. But besides Chip trying to get me for wrestling, that's when I realized Regents is actually important and I had to put my mind to it so I can pass all my Regents to graduate and walk the stage during senior year. But it was a struggle junior year. I had a lot of work, more homework. Still didn't do it, did it the day before, procrastinated for over an hour, 2 hours. Probably did it even the same day of the homework when it was due. But I didn't care, pretty much. But once I had to take the living environment Regents for the 6th time, that's when I realized how important Regents were. And it wasn't for this girl that had a 98 in living environment, I would have not passed, nor Elsie, because we both passed because of her. And I remember like it was yesterday because we was in the class and we walked in and she was like sitting next to me because she knew I was good in living environment even though I failed it. And the girl next to me was smart, so I told her that. And I was like, we're gonna cheat our way through this. And we actually did that and passed our living environment Regents because of the girl that was a freshman. But also in junior year, it was a new beginning for our future that we didn't know about yet. But that's when we started to have college classes with Mr. Perez to talk about our future, what colleges we want to go to, or what we want to study or major in. But my mentality, I didn't want to go to college, none of that. So I took that class like it was nothing, even though I passed with a 98 because the work was so easy. But I didn't want to go to college, was never interested in it, wasn't never interested in the class and anything. And towards the end of junior year, I had all my Regents. I stepped up my game from freshman to sophomore year, had everything done. So when I go to senior year, which I'm going to talk about next, I was good, had everything, didn't need nothing else. I remember walking into senior year like a king. Like, oh, I'm going to get easy classes and everything. Boom. I got my schedule, had 3 AP classes. I was not with that. Right away, I called my mom up. I was like, Mom, come to school the next day to take this out because I need you. And what she did, she came and took me out, and I'm the only senior that had all 3 AP classes removed, and I was the smartest for that. Wait. Don't think I forgot about you, Chip. You tried for the 4th time to get me for wrestling as soon as I walked in senior year. and I still wasn't with it, and I'm sorry for that, but it was never in my mind. Oh, I was never interested in wrestling. I had easy classes as a senior, aced all of them. Then again, I 180. I was always 90s and 100s. I had 9. I had no AP classes. I had nothing. Gym, art, math. Math was easy for me. That's a piece of cake. And with the classes too, then the college process wasn't hard for me. Didn't stay after school till 9 o'clock at night like others did. I didn't really apply to any colleges. I didn't even want to go to college, and I'm not going, as most of you guys already know that. But it was easy for me senior year. Didn't have no stress, anything about college, work, or anything like that. Throughout the 4 years of high school, it was a good experience, and I'm sad to leave, and I don't want to leave. But we all have to at one point. And yeah, it was nice knowing everybody. Hope to see you guys again. Take care.